Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be discussing all the characters coming in version 2.4 as we recently did have the 2.4 live stream. In this video, I will also be going more in depth regarding Yunli as I did get to play her from the Creator Experience server. Before we get into today's video though, let me know in the comments down below one of your favorite video games. For today, I have to go with Persona 5 since I actually literally bought a PS4 just to play Persona 5 just because of how good it looked, and it was definitely worth the experience. Lastly, if you guys enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe to win your next 50/50 and also hit the like button to support the video. Now, let's get straight into it. Let's begin with Yunli as she will be our first new limited character in version 2.4. Yunli will be a physical destruction character who focuses on unleashing frequent counterattacks onto enemies and dealing massive damage from these counterattacks when she enters her parry state from her ultimate. I'm not kidding, by the way, when I say massive damage. This girl's sword will literally destroy planets with how strong her attack becomes. Going over Yunli's kit though, her basic attack will deal a small amount of damage to a single enemy, while her skill will deal physical damage to an enemy and adjacents. She will also be able to heal her HP by 30% of her attack, plus 200 at level 10. This is a nice way for Yunli to have her own form of sustainability since she will be getting attacked very often, and she does want to get hit as often as possible. As for Yunli's counterattacks, we'll be taking a look at her talent. Yunli's counterattacks will deal damage to an enemy and adjacents, and what's really nice is that when she does get hit by an enemy, she will recover 15 additional energy, and this will help her use her ultimate more often. As for her ultimate, she will consume 120 energy, but she can actually have up to 240 energy, and this can allow her to use two ultimates back to back after one triggers, or for you to efficiently time when to use her ultimate without worrying too much about overflowing on energy. As for Yunli's ultimate benefits, this will allow her to enter the parry state, and this will taunt all enemies until the end of an enemy's turn or an ally's turn, which once the parry state is over, Yunli will unleash a bunch of damage, plus her ultimate will also increase her crit damage by 100% for this counter attack. She actually has two attacks she can unleash from her ultimate, the first being into a cull, which will occur when Yunli gets attacked by an enemy target. She will unleash a counter attack onto an enemy and adjacents, plus deal 6 additional instances of damage, where she literally becomes the destroyer of all who gets in her path of her acquiring Boba for March 7th. When Yunli doesn't get hit though, or let's say you use the ultimate during an ally's turn and the enemy doesn't hit Yunli, she will unleash into it Slash instead, which is similar to the Cull version. However, you will be missing out on additional damage output since you won't be dealing the additional 6 instances of damage. Here's just a quick demo to show you guys the difference. As a quick thing to note, this attack will be considered ultimate damage. When it comes to timing Yunli's ultimate, you'll want to use it right before an enemy would attack you so you can use Intuit Cull more frequently for the additional damage output. What's really nice though is Yunli's Trace Fiery Wheel will allow you to use Intuit Slash, and then her next slash attack will actually become Intuit Cull, which is the stronger version of her ultimate. This trace is pretty handy if you are full on energy or near full, and the enemy isn't close to attacking you in the turn order. You could do one slash and then immediately do one cull as a result, so it allows for more variety on her ultimate's timing, all depending on the situation. Yunli's Trace Demon Quell will allow her to ignore all crowd control debuffs during her parry state from her ultimate, plus reduce the damage she takes by 20%, which allows her to not get crowd control during her parry state, plus have additional survivability from reducing the damage she'll receive. As for her last trace, when she does a counter, it'll increase her attack by 30% for one turn, which is nice for powering up her damage for her next attack. After getting to test her and play her, she's definitely a very strong physical damage dealer and can be very valuable for those who are lacking a physical DPS or just lacking a strong DPS character overall. Plus, Yunli feels nice to use in multiple game modes because of how powerful her counters are with her ultimate. For synergies, she pairs very nicely with Ting Yun since Ting Yun will provide her more energy to unleash powered up counters with her ultimate, increase her attack further, increase the damage she deals, and so on. Robin is another great Harmony character since she can provide damage increases, massive attack increases, advance the team forward to deal more damage onto enemies, boost the crit damage of the team, and so on. Sparkle can advance forward Yunli, which can allow her to attack more often and can assist with regaining energy faster to unleash her ultimate. Sparkle is a nice choice for hypercarry oriented characters, which Yunli can definitely fit into this category. Kayla can reduce enemy defenses and allow Yunli as a result to deal more damage to enemies, and Silverwolf can implant an enemy with physical weakness and reduce an enemy's defense as well. Raw Maze buffs are nice, however, because of her delaying enemies, this could be counterintuitive for Yunli. Her Trace Fiery Wheel does help if enemies aren't able to attack her in that moment, but she could end up taking a bit to regain her energy as she won't be able to benefit as much from her talent, allowing her to regain additional energy from being hit if enemies are, of course, delayed. As for potential dual DPS team comps, you can try Boba March 7th, as she can dish out nice sub DPS damage with Yunli with her skill kit, and you can actually potentially consider Topaz. Of course, there are other synergies and options you can use as well, but I thought I'd just give those top ones that I have tested so far. As for sustain options, Huohuo is a very nice option for Yunli, as she'll be able to cleanse the team, heal the team nicely, and provide the team more energy and attack, and so on. With Tingyun, this synergy is even stronger, as Huohuo can assist with Yunli and Tingyun's energy regen, and Tingyun can further assist Yunli's energy, which allows you to unleash enhanced counterattacks more often. As for other sustains, you can use links to increase the likelihood of Yunli being hit, which is very nice especially if you don't end up pulling her signature light cone, which assists with her likelihood of being hit. Fushun can provide crit rate for the team, and Yunli can benefit from this as she will want as much crit rate as possible, especially with how she gains a bunch of crit damage from her ultimate. Aventurine can be a nice option if you do go for a more follow-up centric team, especially with Robin on that team, and your goal with Yunli will be to take advantage of the massive damage she deals from her enhanced counterattack from her ultimate. Overall, she's a very powerful DPS character as I've mentioned, and she could be a nice option if you are lacking physical damage dealers on your account. Let's say you don't have Boot Hill, you don't have Argenti, you don't have Clara. This can be a very nice opportunity to get a very powerful character. As for our second character version 2.4, we have Jiaoqiu. Now, I won't be able to discuss him as in-depth compared to Yunli since I haven't been able to test him just yet, but the livestream did supply a decent amount of information that we can work with. Jiaoqiu will be a Fire Nihility character who focuses on debuffing enemies with Ashen Roast, which is his spices, and it does make me wonder if he's like potentially just throwing pepper at the enemy and then just making them sneeze or something. I don't know, it just came to my head in the live stream when they mentioned that they were spices. Jiaoqiu's skill though will hit one enemy and adjacent enemies and have a chance to inflict Ashen Roast, which will increase the damage allies deal to enemies. It does seem like Ashen Roast stacks may cap at 5 stacks due to the maximum stacks the livestream did show. As for Jiaoqiu's ultimate, he will be able to set the number of Ashen Roast stacks of all enemies to the highest amount present on the battlefield. His ultimate will create a domain, which increases the ultimate damage enemies take, and whenever an enemy's turn begins, there's a chance for them to be inflicted with Ashen Roast. Jiaoqiu will be able to be a nice team member for Acheron team, as he can assist with her getting faster ultimate stacks from what it appears from the live stream, and this can be very valuable for those who do main Acheron. I'll have to wait until I'm able to test him for completely firm opinions, but just looking at him right now, he looks really good for Acheron teams. Outside of that though, I do feel like you can use characters such as Pela or Gwennyfen as a general debuffer, who are 4-star options, but we'll have to wait and see for what Huohuo fully cooks up with his skill kit, and I'll give my full review on him once I'm able to test him on multiple team comps. As for our rerun characters, we have Huohuo and Sparkle. Both are pretty good pickup options to consider depending on what your account is lacking. Huohuo is excellent at cleansing allies, providing nice healing, as well as energy and attack with her ultimate, which the energy is very useful for teams that want to use their ultimates more often, especially if you pair Huohuo with Tingyun. Huohuo is very nice for characters and teams who highly value the additional attack or energy from her ultimate, such as damage over time teams. Argenti benefits from the energy, and so does Yunli, as her high energy cap allows her to restore a good amount of energy from Huohuo's ultimate. If you're lacking a premium sustain option, Huohuo is a very nice consideration, but do keep in mind that in 2.5 we will be getting Lingsha, who is a new abundance character, so that will be something to consider if you are on the fence about Huohuo. As for our secondary rerun, it'll be Sparkle, who is a Quantum Harmony character. Sparkle is amazing at making hyper carry oriented characters stronger, as you can easily use attack boots on your main DPS because of Sparkle advancing them forward, as you will want to build her with higher speed. Sparkle can provide massive crit damage with her skill, as well as advance an ally forward by 50%. The crit damage allows for an easier time building characters, as now you can focus on getting higher crit rate to benefit from the massive crit damage that Sparkle can provide a character on your team. The buff will remain until the start of an ally's turn, which means that the follow-up can still have the crit damage buff from Sparkle's kit. Sparkle can also provide the team more skill points with her ultimate, and she can increase the damage that characters on your team deal to enemies, as well as boost the attack of quantum characters on the team. As for notable synergies with Sparkle, some are Xing Shui, Dan Hengaiel, Jing Yuan. She can even be used on Acheron teams, and much more. Sparkle is a very nice supportive character who can provide nice utility for crit-based DPS characters on your account. I will say though, if you already have other premium Harmony characters, such as Robin and Rame, and you're lacking sustains, damage dealers, and so on, your need for Sparkle will not be as high, as you have already nice alternatives that you can use. When it comes to which option is the best for you, it's very dependent on what you have on your account or what your account is lacking. If you don't have a good physical DPS, I would recommend Yunli, as she feels very nice and powerful to play, and in my opinion can be one of the stronger DPS options you can consider, especially with proper usage of her ultimate's timing. For Jiaoqiu, I would primarily recommend him if you main Acheron. Otherwise, for other general teams, I would recommend potentially using Pela or using your pulls for a character that you may need more on your account. I'll give my full thoughts on him though once I can test them. Will likely be uploaded before Yunli leaves, if you are on the fence on who to pick up. For Huohuo, if you already have 2 premium sustains, her value can end up being lower as a result, as you already have coverage when it comes to keeping your team alive. Lastly, for Sparkle, very nice option for the buffs she provides, especially if you want to focus on more hyper carry centric teams. And if you don't have premium buffers, for example Robin and Rame, I do think this patch is a very nice opportunity to get a character you may be lacking on your account, especially as a newer player, since now you have the option of a strong DPS character, a buffer, a sustain, and so on. If none of these characters really interest you playstyle wise, then that's completely fine, as we will have nice looking options for version 2.5, which is confirmed to be Fei Xiao and Lingsha based on the drip marketing we have gotten so far. Overall though, pretty nice variety for our options for which characters you can go for. Ultimately, it comes down to what your account may be lacking based on some things I did mention throughout this video. I would love to know though which character you guys are going for, or if you plan to skip 2.4. Personally, I'm very excited for Yunli the most, as she is very fun to play and really strong when you are taking advantage of her ultimate. I hope you all did enjoy this video, and if you did, consider subscribing to see more Star Rail content from me, leave a like to support the video, and I hope you all have a great one. Peace.